So, a UK-based Nigerian doctor and his wife, who is also a medical doctor, are in serious trouble. So, what happened? This man actually got married to this lady and he brought her to the UK. He was married initially and then he lost his wife while she was giving birth to his one and only child. So, when the wife died, he was able to marry the second woman and then he came to the UK. When he came to the UK here, he wanted to come with his son, but the wife said, no, let us come first and then we will see what happened. So when they came in here, the second wife got pregnant, gave birth to their first child, and after that, he discovered that the child, he was more like non-verbal. He couldn't talk. So the woman became very angry and all of that. Anytime the man talks about bringing his child from the other woman who has died, this woman will get angry. The second wife will get angry and say, don't tell me anything about that child. She got pregnant again and then gave birth to the second child. When that child was like 7 months old, this man was still saying, I need to bring my child because my mom, who is in Nigeria, who is taking care of this boy, she's not feeling too well. And if she's not feeling too well, there's no way she'll take care of herself and take care of my child. The woman said, no, you can't bring this boy here. I just want you, myself, and our children here. I don't want any other external person. But the man said, this is not external person. This is my own son. The wife said, no. So it was the sister to the man who called the wife from Canada and said, see, if you don't allow my brother to bring his son, I will come to the UK and I'll come and fight you. That was when the woman said, okay, you can bring your son. When this boy came into this country, he was 7 years old. The man had already written to the council to say, my son is coming in. I need forms for school and all of that. The council has sent him form. He has filled everything. But just when the child came in, for him to submit the form, the wife said, no, you can't submit that form. That this boy, just wait, this boy will go to school, wait. That's how this guy stayed at home for over a year. While this guy was still in the house, this woman was using him like boy. If you live in Africa, if you're from Nigeria, you know what boy means. More like a servant. This boy will be doing almost everything in the house. At 7 years old, he's already washing plates. The woman is already forcing him to cook indomie. He's already washing clothes. He's already doing so many things, which at his age, some of those things, they are too high for his age. This woman will just sit down there and say, go and bring me this. She'll be doing her nails and all of that. So what actually broke the camel's back was that she put something on the fire and then asked the boy to go and turn semo for her, 7 years old Pekin. The woman said, then go and turn that semo for me. And you know what semo is? If you're from Africa, semo is like maize, this maize flour that you put inside hot water and then you mix so that it becomes solid. So this woman will say, go and do that thing for me. Well, this is just 7 years old boy. The gas cooker and the boy, they are almost the same height. This guy was struggling to turn that thing. And that's how this thing just poured on this guy and burnt his chest. So while this guy was shouting, the woman came and said, keep quiet. Oh, just wait. We will sort it out. Instead of her to call emergency, this woman decided to call her husband. When the husband came in, who is also a doctor, said, we can't take this thing to the hospital because if we do, it's going to land us in trouble. What did they do? They decided to start treating this boy at home. This man will prescribe medication. And in this country, it is against the law that as a medical doctor, you cannot prescribe medication for yourself or for any family member. It is against the law. Let another doctor do it. You cannot do it. This man will prescribe medication for himself, for his son. They will go and get the medication, give this boy. But this boy was not getting better. So this man said, if I leave my son here, something terrible might happen. He decided to take the boy to the hospital. That was when doctors looked at this injury and said, this is not a new injury. When did this thing happen? They started interrogating. The man was saying different thing. The wife was saying a different thing. These doctors in the hospital said, this one, it doesn't look genuine. They decided to alert police immediately. When police came, police interrogated both of them in a separate place. They were saying two different things. That was when it dawned on them that, the man said he couldn't lie anymore. And he now decided to say exactly what happened. He said, it was my wife who asked this boy to go and do this thing, which was beyond him. And now this is the problem he's facing. So currently now, the man, both himself and the wife, they are being charged for neglect. They are being charged for abuse. And the doctor is also being charged for prescribing medication to family members. Do you have any sympathy for this doctor? Because if he is charged, he might go to jail for a very long time. And even the woman herself. Do you have any sympathy for them? And this is just a one.
Wow. Is it that some couples do not talk about some very important issues before they get married? Don't you talk about stuffs? Did you discuss this child with your wife in the first place? Like, I don't know. And I say this, I was talking about something and this man was telling me that the guy can pretend that he's okay with it. Because I told him, I said, the reason why so many couples are having issues is because the things that they were supposed to discuss about before marriage, during that courtship, they refuse to discuss about it. They refuse to talk about it. Now, in the marriage now, they want to come and start doing what they're not supposed to be doing. They want to start doing things that are new to the other person. And all these things will start bringing problems. I told him, anything that I am, I'm going to tell you during courtship. If you do not like it, you leave it. That is why so many people are into relationships, marriage relationships, that I don't know what word to use. Marriage relationship that, are trying to take their life, and is also taking their peace away from them, because they refuse to say the truth, because they want it to get to marriage. And when it gets to marriage, they can now freely do what they want to do. You cannot do what you want to do, because that thing that you are doing, maybe the other person does not like it. And if you had calmed down, you would have seen somebody that likes all those things that you are doing. Do you understand? So he was like telling me that, what if in the marriage now, you now get married, because that man can now lie to you that there's no problem, he doesn't see anything wrong with eating outside, he doesn't see any problem with this or that. Then when you now marry him, he will now start forcing you. I said, no man can force me. I will use it against you. I already told you now. These things would have been avoided, but somebody will be like, must you separate every time? This man had two options. This man would have employed a nanny for that child in Nigeria, so that the nanny can be helping his mother and the child, because his wife is already a threat to this child. The way she's like saying she doesn't want the child to come over, the wife is already a threat to the child. A smart man who doesn't want to lose his wife should have just employed a nanny and not force the child on a wicked woman like this. But no, he wanted to bring the child by force. He would have just left the child there until maybe when the child is 18, 20. That he's not really small, that if you do something to him or if you ask him to do this, he will not be able to do it. Do you understand? The boy can come over for maybe, let's say, for his universities or for his masters overseas, and you cannot use the opportunity to get him a job, an apartment. He can stay on his own. Period. Simple things. And if you want to really live with your child and your wife is not letting you, you know that she's a red flag. I don't want to use the word ask her to go, but if he had asked her to go, I don't think he'll be in this 30 years jail now. Look at the mess that he created. This also goes to you single mothers. Your husband does not want your child to stay. Did you guys discuss it before? Did you discuss some deep things with that man that you are planning to marry, so that you know if he's a kind of man that when you are around him, your daughter can come and stay and be free, and you know that you will go to bed and sleep because you know who your man is. I just saw a post in one group. The woman is saying that she is pregnant for her fiancé, like the man she's supposed to get married to, and her own daughter is also pregnant. Her own 14-year-old daughter is also pregnant for this same man. We don't know if he raped her. He might have raped her, or might have just used some huge sum of money, giving her some huge sum of money. Being that she's a kid, she's not used to that kind of money. He will just take advantage of her and sleep with her. Now everything now results to pregnancy. Both mother and a teenage child is pregnant for this man. Even as a single lady that doesn't have a child, I'm very careful. I'm very open with my conversations. If you don't like what you're hearing, you don't like what you're seeing, you go. I tell you what I tell you. You bring me into a marriage contract, and tomorrow you start doing otherwise. Problem go deal. That's why I go open up. You self open up so that you know. Just look at. And women, if you know that you cannot manage the child that another woman left behind, it's not as if this woman is even alive somewhere that you'll be feeling cheated that, oh, you are raising this child for this woman. No, this woman is dead. You can't even help to take care of this child like your own. And you're talking about a 7-year-old boy that if you should take care of him, that boy will grow up to call you mommy and see you as his mother. Because does he have any other mother in the whole world? He does not. That boy would have loved you if you had taken care of him like your own child. But no, you want to use him as a houseboy. Meanwhile, even your child that doesn't speak is having a good time in the house. Now one for now two duo, yes.